Welcome to Cardano Sense, DC Fund Catalyst Edition. I'm Anthony, and today, as in all days, we're going to go over 3 projects that are up for Fund 4 voting. That should be starting pretty soon. We'll go over that a little later. Couple notes to start out with here. Thank you, whoever delegated to my stake pool. I appreciate it. I'm guessing it came from my videos. I'm going to, I have a Telegram group, so I'm going to put the Telegram group address below, and I'm also going to do an email just for the stake pool, because I want to let everyone know kind of what's going on, the people that are going to stake my stake pool. I do appreciate it. I want to keep everyone up to date with exactly what's going on with all the stake pool information. Also, there was a suggestion in one of my videos that I should prepare ahead of time, and particularly, the day before, kind of tell what shows I'm going to do the next day, so people are prepared and kind of know what's coming. I think that's a really good idea. And in fact, I tried to record all my initial video stuff that I had to do to prepare for the show ahead for the whole week. So I picked all my shows for this whole week, but I ran into a little snag. So although I prepared to have it ready this week, it's not. So hopefully we'll start that next week. We'll definitely start that next week. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prepare a week ahead. So on Monday you'll have a list of all the shows for the entire week. And I'm still trying to go live with this, so it's been a little more complicated than I thought it would be. But at some point this week, I will be live at probably 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so with that all said, let's get into the show. As usual, the show is brought to you by the Sophie Stake Pool, named after my daughter. So we're at 100% luck, 94 blocks. We just made another block yesterday, which is great. And with the addition of the stake from the new member, we're up to 756,000 ADA. That's great. Once we get to 1 million ADA, we'll be in the area. We'll be averaging 1 block an epic, which will actually be really good. And then once we get past that, we'll really start hitting some numbers. So another 250,000 ADA, and we'll be there. So thank you for who delegated. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's get on with the project for today. So we're still looking at Fund 4 because we're voting on Fund 4 here, and we're still, today or this whole week, we're going to be in the dApps and integrations setting or campaign. Okay, let's get going with the first project here. So we have some interesting projects today. We have some very I don't want to say experienced projects, but a couple well thought out projects. Okay, so this project's interesting. Now, first, let me show you just the depth of the proposal here. So they've really kind of gone all out, and I'm going to give you an overall view of this. This is a very good proposal of what they're doing, because you're going to see this proposal in funds to come. So essentially, what this proposal was this gentleman here saw that there were a lot of different projects trying to do NFTs, right, on the Cardano blockchain. So what he did was he tried to form like a collaboration. So, and it looks like he's succeeded. So this is, I'm not sure, to be honest, I don't know if he got funded the last fund, but I know that he is going to continue to ask for funds every fund for a while here, and for different reasons, right? So he's kind of doing this the right way. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole proposal. I think it's a good proposal. It's very well done. He has all the people that are now involved in the project. There's, I think, 89 people to date that are involved in the project. He has them split up into what they're doing: founding, developing, marketing, untapped. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Probably people that do different things that aren't under a certain heading. They have kind of their website up and going. This is a good long-term project. They're really doing this the right way. I really like what they're doing here, getting other people involved. So yeah, I like this project, and like I said, it's too much to go through in 3 minutes or whatever I give myself here to go through these projects. But please look at this project. If you're voting in Fund 4, take a look at this project. And it's under Dapps and integration. So take a look at this project. It's worth a look and a read through. We'll go down here. Well, let's look at what they're asking for real quick. The money, because that's basically what we usually do. They're looking for $39,987. They're very exact. That's what I mean about this proposal. They really kind of break everything down. You know what? Let's not shortchange them though. Let's at least read their problem statement and their solution. Problem statement: to achieve the de facto NFT platform on Cardano, the minimum viable product of Fund 3, this is not Fund 4, but this is a carryover, needs to advance the alpha and beta testing release. So this is kind of what they're doing, right? The section they're doing. Solution: complete the alpha and beta and an NFT framework and user interface. We'll harden the MVP and launch in beta while we add new capabilities. Now that seems real abstract. When you read through the proposal, it won't be, right? Because for each fund, they're doing something different. So that's kind of how you'll understand this. But please, if you're going to vote in Fund 4, take a look at this proposal for sure. Okay, let's move to the next proposal. And this is a very interesting proposal too. So this is a really good example, right, of a well-written proposal. But let's first read the problem statement. The $300 billion surveillance capitalism market broke the customer relationship. People should control and benefit from the use of their data. So essentially what they're saying is all the stuff with Facebook and these problems where you sign up for Facebook or the social networks, you sign away your data and Facebook or whoever sells your data, right, for advertising. That's what they're talking about here. The solution: Dapp and permission-based customer platform using personal data licensing smart contracts which pay people for their attention. Okay, so essentially what they want to do is they want to be able to get this data from people and still sell the data, right, but keep it private. So kind of the best of both worlds, or still have the companies or people be able to use the data, right? So that's essentially what they're doing with this through smart contracts. A relevant experience. Okay, so this is I read this, and I'll tell you what I thought as soon as I read this, before I read the contract. Privacy tech lawyer with 10 years experience in project relevant legal issues, customer privacy, digital marketing, data rights, and virtual currencies. And I said, right when I read that, and I had nothing against lawyers, I was going to go to law school at a certain point, and I like to write dense material. I enjoy writing. I like to write, so I understand. And you go to law school, become a lawyer, believe me, you're right. Once I read that, I said, wow, this is going to be kind of dense. And then I looked at this, I did a cursory kind of look at it, and I said, you know, this is kind of tell, it's kind of well done proposal just by looking through it. And I went to see how many claps they had, and I'm like, ooh, 25 claps. And I'm like, yeah, this is probably going to be really, really dense. So it's really, really dense. And I don't mean that in a bad way. There's just a lot of information here. You can tell a lawyer wrote this, and again, this isn't bad. Information is good. But this is a good example of why you need to write for different audiences, right? So most proposals I go through, there's a lot of proposals that have a very good, well-written proposal, long, all the information is there. But generally, when people write this kind of stuff, even if all the information is there and it's long and that kind of stuff, most people write in a way that's just kind of understandable, right? When you're trained as a lawyer, you write a different way. You know, you write dense, you write facts, you put a lot of information in each sentence, and sometimes the explanation gets lost on people, and it gets so dense that you just kind of lose interest in reading it because it's just so dense. And like I said, it sounds like I'm saying it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but in this particular case, I would suggest that you do maybe some kind of a prelude to the proposal, maybe after relevant experience, before the detailed plan, and kind of give an overview of what. Can't speak, an overview of what you want to do, right? instead of before you get into the really dense material, because this is dense. This is I mean, it's good, but it's dense for sure. And essentially, what they're saying in here is that they're already working on their project and their plan, and then they want to incorporate Cardano blockchain into it. And when they incorporate the blockchain into it, they want the blockchain part. They want to incorporate it into it in the sense that when your data is given to these different companies to use, it's all just keeping track of, right? If I can find it quickly, I'll read to you exactly where it says. But like I said, it's a little bit dense. Essentially, they want to use a smart contract as a way to keep track of everything, and so it's always there. They also want to use zero knowledge proofs, which is essentially a way of without giving your identity, you can kind of tell companies what you like, right? So instead of saying, look, my name's Anthony Stackowitz, I'm a male, 49 years old, I do all this stuff, and and I'm kind of giving my identity. You're just a person, there's not a name behind you. You're giving them kind of what you're doing, but they don't know it's you that's doing it. So it's kind of saving your privacy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's essentially what this zero knowledge proof is. I'll read a little. Using zero knowledge proofs in order to brand advertising out to the perfect consumer, meaning the exact target audience consumer, which exactly matches the specific offering message a brand wants to hear without sharing any personal data with the brand. This in C means that a brand is doing highly relevant and personalized advertising and a very high cost of conversation and low cost of engagement without the privacy. I'm joking, but you see what I mean? It's very dense, even in that couple sentences I read. So you should read this. This is a really good idea. I think you should read through this, but prepare yourself for a dense read. And if the people who created this are watching, and you don't get funded, do it again, right? And you keep this, but do kind of a little explanation that's not as dense in the beginning. They are only asking for $23,200. Again, oh wow, I went long on this one. Again, if someone's asking for a reasonable amount like this, that's a really good sign that they really thought through the project. Sorry for spending so much time on that. Okay, so let's get down to the last one here. So the last one, like I'm doing now, is I'm picking projects that are just not very thought out. And this again, the more I'm doing this, the more this is actually bothering me, because some of these projects, they're really good ideas, but they're it's like a thought explosion, right? And someone just, they puke on the page and their thought comes out, and then they never come back to expand it. And it's too bad, because some of these are good ideas. This one is a pretty good idea. Problem statement: supply chain management in life sciences, like pharmaceuticals, biotech, is extremely challenging, not cost effective, with a lack of transparency and agility. Solution: build a transparent life sciences supply chain with enhanced trust and efficiency, payments, supply, storage, etc., and speed. So experience, 15 years, pharma and biotech, and supply chain management. So essentially what this is they want to use blockchain to do the supply chain in pharma, which is, that's what it's created for, right? And blockchain is great for this kind of stuff. And they went as far as to kind of develop a lot of this, like foundation. It will be critical to develop a framework, core concepts, blah, 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 compliance framework, ensure all foundation complies, collect initial marketing feedback, development of SCM platform, pilot execution phase. So what they have here is they have everything kind of in different parts, right? But what they should have done is they should have expanded on these parts. This is like an idea. This is like a subject and a little about it. They need to expand on it. And again, look, they're asking for $50,000. So this is another one. They do nothing like this, and then they ask for 50 grand without explaining what they're going to do. So this is typical of someone who doesn't explain what's going on. So this is my project for the moment that is not working correctly. So, okay, so those are the 3 projects for today. How am I doing on time? I can't even see where the time is here. I know I went a little overboard on the second project. So let's go down to our community. I skipped around a lot today, didn't I? I think I kind of messed things up a little today. Okay. Anyway, so community breakdown, community chatter. So essentially, we still don't know what's going on with the voting. I'm waiting for them to say when we can register to vote. So that's still going on. Other than that, the VCs, the veteran community advisors are taking a look at the proposals and making sure the regular community advisors correctly mark things. So that'll take place this week. But that's pretty much it. Okay, so the big finish here is just going to say goodbye, and I'm guessing that some of this might have not, some of what was on the screen might have not have been kosher with what I was talking about, because I think I skipped a click in there. This is what's going to happen when I eventually go live, so I guess I got to get used to it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you.